What's up, y'all? Mike from the basement, but it's Mike from the car today. So I'm going to share an interesting story with y'all. Um, my youngest son, who is 15, has a summer job, and about this summer job, which I liked, was he didn't just sit in the office. He had to go out and create speed bumps, but also get rid of speed bumps. You know, when you're going over a certain miles per hour and go through the neighborhoods and speed bumps and stuff like that. So I liked the way he was able to get outside and work in that field. Um, I just like the fact that he was able to get out and not be in the office. Now, if he chooses an office job, fine. But he told me he's looking at either HVAC or electrician as a trade for him that he wants to do in life, which is good. I told him HVAC and electrician will always have work, always have work, always have work. So, but I was glad that he was out and he did some type of physical work. It wasn't too demanding. They didn't work in the heat. They only worked Monday through Thursday, and they only worked from 9 to like 2:30ish, 3ish. The job provided them with lunch. The crew he had took them to breakfast spots. So he learned a lot. He would come tell me what he did for that day at 15 years old, and I really appreciated that. I really enjoyed that. The one thing that made me really happy was when he got his check. Okay, he got his check. He got his first check. His first check wasn't that big. So he made me kind of a little bit of upset with him when he got his first check. I'm the type of person where, though, if I work and I spend my money, I want to see what I spent. So say if I buy something, it's probably something I was gonna physically hold in my hand, or either it's on a phone or it's mine. So what he did with his check, his first couple of dollars, not a lot, probably about $70, he was on TikTok and brought some type of gift things. I don't know what it was, something his age, where so he was sending people gifts. And I told him that's irresponsible financial spending. You're gonna buy something you can put in your hand. So he still had some money left over, but he didn't have a lot. But he had a nice piece of change. So after that conversation, he understood what I was saying. I'm getting to a point, y'all, just bear with me. So the next check he got last week was a nice piece of change for him at 15. So as I'm driving in the car and I'm telling him about bills and things of that nature. So I'm bringing down what I have to pay out of my check, and he's listening. So I think I get out the car and I go get something, and I come back to the car, and his mother's in the car too. His mother says, he wants to pay a bill. So I'm like, I'm thinking it's a bill that he created. He said, no, Daddy, one of the bills in the houses. And I said, absolutely not. That's not your responsibility. But it made me feel genuinely good that he was willing to pay a bill and help out in the house. But I told him, your checks are going to stop eventually. So I don't want you to spend all your money on paying bills. I got the bills. I will get out here, Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, do what I have to do to pay all the bills. You don't do that. So the second thing that made me feel good was with this check, he brought things for his school, because school's about to start. So I think he brought a book bag. He brought 2 book bags. He brought a hat. He brought some, forgive me for not looking at the camera, I'm driving. He brought t-shirts. He brought socks, underwear. He was going to buy tennis shoes, but I said no, because I promised him I was going to buy him a pair of tennis shoes. And let me tell you, the tennis shoes that he picked out, man, I have I'm just so grateful and thankful for my children. The tennis shoes that he picked out only cost $100. He could have came at me with some crazy type out of bounds type, because tennis shoes nowadays are especially high, but they was only $100. And he said he wanted 2 pair of tennis shoes. The 2 pair of tennis shoes, he said he wanted, I told him I would be able to get you one when the school starts, and I get you one a little bit down the line. You know, bills come first. I always tell my sons, we have to have a place over our head first. Public transportation is an option. Cars come and go. As long as you got a place over your head, clothes on your back, and food on the table, you're good. And I always told him that. So with that being said, he understands that. I told him it's nice to have a car, but a car is just an option. I'm fine with public transportation if something ever happened to my car. I'm fine with getting on the bus or the subway. So he understands that. I'm just so grateful that he, at his age, he is down to earth and so understanding of how things happen in life. I constantly try to teach him about financial literature. I constantly try to teach him about financial situations where as though everything is not meant to buy every 5 minutes just because you want it. But I do say, and I'm gonna say this: if you get a check and you working, buy yourself something. Buy yourself something. You earned it. Pay your bills. Buy yourself something. Treat yourself in life. Life is short. Remember, I'm always going to say that. There's 2 things I'm going to say: love life and life is short. So always buy yourself something. With this check, like I say, he brought school stuff. He brought 2 book bags. He brought a hat to match his jacket, to match his book bag. He brought another book bag to match his other jacket. So he's coordinating real good. So I'm trying to see what else he's buying. He brought his cosmetic stuff, and he does DoorDash. I'm fine with you buying yourself something to eat that you want because it's your money. As long as you're buying yourself something where you can physically see it, you can eat it, I'm fine with that. Just don't buy it on frivolous stuff. Like if you want to buy a video game, that's fine. That's your money. That's something that's yours. But the I guess this TikTok gifts, I'm not, that's what he brought. But he didn't make that same mistake twice. So he just did absolutely wonderfully well with this check. I think he has one more check. I don't know how much that is. He always comes and tell me. But I told him with this check that you about to get, hold it. Hold it. When you get out of school, you're going to be hungry. You might go somewhere and you might want something to eat. But hold it. You don't need to buy nothing. I'm going to buy this pair of tennis shoes for you. That costs $100. And the other pair of tennis shoes he want costs $109. So I'm willing to get out here and like I say, Uber, DoorDash, and Lyft for that. Because I told him I was going to buy that. I know a lot of people say, well, he can buy it. That's it. No. If I tell him I'm going to buy something, then I'm going to buy it. Like I just say, man, I'm just so proud to be his father. And my other son, my oldest son, teaches him financial things too. My oldest son is just also awesome with money. My oldest son will buy what he wants, and I expect him to, because he gets up. I get up at 4 in the morning to go to work. My oldest son gets up at 2 in the morning. So he's up at 1:30. He's up at 1:30 to leave out by 2. So he's asleep by 6:30, 7 o'clock. So that sacrifice for him to make as much money as he does, and he goes to buy what he wants, I will never say nothing to him about it. Because you're sacrificing a lot. You're being responsible and doing what you need to do to have the money that you want. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly. I appreciate what God has given me with my sons. I do. I really do. Like I say, I tend to sacrifice a lot just to see them grow and become productive and do the things they do. It's nothing like having 2 sons in Baltimore City that are not in any trouble and that are productive and doing what they're supposed to do. Because I'm going to tell you, when I was that age in Baltimore City, I didn't have my father's structure, so the streets was my teacher. And they told me everything wrong, how to do it the right way. But with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Mike from the basement, but Mike is in the car. I'm just proud of my sons, man. I'll see y'all on the next one.